And go. Hello, and welcome back to the Pass+Move Podcast. It's episode 4. It's fancy dress episode. How we've made it this far, I do not know. As usual, we are joined by Tony Harris. Da-da-da.
No, we're not.
There he is. It's Tony the Smurf. We've got Duncan Jones, who is our lovely resident panda for today. You've got me looking all lovely with my hair, like I'm just going to the beach. Mwah, mwah. You've got Josh as Guns and Roses. And then you've got Tom, I don't think Tom got the memo.
I did.
Josh has upgraded his IT equipment, so if he ever does talk, you'll actually hear him this week. But before we jump into the podcast, if you haven't already seen, we're holding a live Pass+Move coaching session every Saturday morning on our YouTube channel. It starts at 10 a.m. You can go back and watch the last one. You can watch all of it. So just search Pass+Move Football Coaching on YouTube, subscribe, all that lovely business. This week on the podcast, we asked you to send your questions in. We got quite a few, some video questions, some in text format. So we're going to kick off straight away with some questions from Harry Hodge. He's said to do a quick fire round. So I just want your sort of one word answer. You can give a brief description afterwards if you like. The first question is, who is the most skillful Pass+Move coach? Josh Page?
Me.
You're not Josh Page.
I'm not saying you as well, Josh. I'm just saying, can you answer? Because it's definitely not you.
It definitely is me. Dunk likes to think he is, but he's about 50 now, so he can't really move.
No, that's not nice. No way to speak about Panda.
So?
Quick fire round. So difficult. They're all so bad.
Come on,
Josh, just for you,
just
you
say
make me giggle. Go on,
Yeah.
Josh.
My hat's fallen off.
Josh has got a lot of things, but skill's not one of them.
You're one to talk, Thomas.
Josh is 2-star skills tops.
Tom?
Right.
Brandon, European flair.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to go with Booner as well.
Hoping everyone had forgotten about Brandon.
He's got lovely feet.
Yeah, we'll go with Brandon, I think. I think in a whole we can agree it's Brandon.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Fastest coach?
To
Tony.
be fair,
Gargan.
Josh.
Tony Harris, downhill.
Josh is my one.
Josh?
Yeah.
Brandon's quicker than me.
Is he?
I'm quicker than you.
No, you're not.
Tom?
Hang on.
And skill and grease lining.
When I broke your nose?
Yeah, because I completely outpaced you, mate.
No, because I was still
I
hungover.
gave you a 5-yard head start.
Tom, I got there at 1:30 for a 1:30 kickoff, and I was still polishing off my KFC.
I don't know the relevance of that.
No.
Example one,
I'm
kids.
with
Let's
you
go,
on.
Brad. Come on.
Yeah. We've got loudest mouth on the pitch.
Ooh.
Everyone's gone quiet.
I'm going to go for me.
Ross Williams.
Oh.
No, he's not loud. He's just
No, Ross isn't loud. He does it
annoying.
discreetly.
Yeah, it's different.
No. Andy Golding.
This is my playground.
This is my playground.
My playground.
Tony, when the ref says that he's fouled someone.
No squills. Just squills.
To be fair, Guards was loud when he played.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Guards is a
Gen,
good.
isn't they?
Guards is a good chat.
General, you know.
He scared me a little bit. I spent most of that game crying.
Yeah, John
Okay.
Gardner.
John Gardner?
Good shout.
Yeah. All right. The dirtiest coach.
Next
In what
question.
way?
We've just got to keep this family friendly.
Saturday afternoon.
Huh?
Saturday nights or Saturday afternoons? What are we talking about?
We're going to go with both.
No, we're not.
Neither of them are dunk.
Saturday afternoon.
It's
Ross.
got to be Tony Harris, isn't it?
Is Ross a coach? Do they know who Ross is? I mean,
Ross. I'm going Ross. Ross is sneakier than me.
Tony Harris is hands down the filthiest coach.
I'm going Tony 100%.
I like
100%.
what's going,
I
Tony.
remember I played with you a lot of years, Tony. I've seen all your dark arts, boy.
Nothing dark about my arts, Dan.
There's a lot of dark arts.
Okay.
I've got to lose
Okay.
the beard. It's annoying.
Oh, it's Tony.
Hello, boys.
We'll go for best dancer.
Don't Brad like to think they are.
When the lawnmower comes out, you know what I mean?
Sprinkler.
Right, I'm putting myself up there. I don't even care.
I'm going Brad moshing at the sign-on day.
That was quite good.
Yes, mate.
No,
I'm going to go.
Tom on the stag do.
I'm going to go Luke Baldwin. Luke Baldwin's got moves, I reckon.
Luke goes about as far as a two-step with a clap, I think.
Mate, Josh, that's
Wrong
you.
with that. If
That's
it's not
literally
broke,
you.
don't fix it, mate.
Brandon with the finger.
Brandon goes
Sorry?
finger.
Oh,
It's right though. You can always find Brandon. He's about 6 foot taller than everyone else. He's just pointing up in the air.
Decent. We'll go for the funniest coach.
We had this before, haven't we? We all went with
Yeah.
Josh.
If you count laughing at people,
Yeah.
it's Josh.
And I'm also going to tie in the second part. Well, another question and say the most annoying is also Josh.
Yeah,
100%.
Hands on the football pitch, Josh, all day long.
What?
I've never wanted to tackle one of my players really hard. So I've really been polite there.
Oh,
I'll
Remember-
tackle you really hard.
Really hard.
don't tackle.
What do you want me to say? I've never wanted to clean the
You're too precious to tackle.
tackle. I'm not Paul Scholes, mate. That's the whole point of it.
Paul Scholes, what? Massively overrated.
Oh, big Josh.
Tom,
Ooh.
Oh,
Hang
mate.
on. You've opened up a can of worms. You could not say Paul Scholes was overrated. My life.
Next,
Yeah, you
Brad,
are,
next
he's
question
not.
before Josh
He's
gets
not,
handed
no.
himself to him.
I'm just trying to get.
Get up your Man U
Put
class
your
of
fishing
92
rod
there.
away,
Tom.
Josh.
Huh?
Your fishing rod away.
Right. We're going to go for the worst dressed.
Oh.
Connor Holland.
Oh, no, yes.
No, Dutchy. Can't have
Dutchy.
Dutchy.
Dutchy's got
Got
some
some
choice out.
outrageous. It's got wavy arms.
Wavy arms, mate. It's
Yeah.
that
I'm
cheap.
seeing him with
Dunk's got some
ponytail.
questionable footwear. Actually, yeah, to be fair, Dunk was rocking his
Oh.
ponytails.
No, Duncan is slippers.
When Dunk turns up with 2 different shoes on.
I did the whole session. Didn't realise I had trainers on. Did I?
No,
And
when
Dunk's
Dunk
foot
turns
boots
to
as well.
coaching his to Martins.
Oh, no. Don't knock my sock list. My sock list?
Yeah.
My
go on.
laceless boots.
Dunk. My
No
vote
way.
goes with Dunk.
All right. We're going to go for the best dressed.
It's obvious, isn't it?
Seriously. Can we move on just so I don't have to deal with you two arguing over who
I'm
dresses
pretty
the best?
sure I see
I've seen your
Harley.
new Facebook profile.
I
Brothers.
see Harley coaching a suit every Wednesday evening at team training.
Tone,
He's in a suit.
Tone,
If
do you
that's
remember-
true, then
Tone,
Harley gets my vote.
Tone, do you remember Ross in Holland in the
Oh,
white
the
shirt?
white shorts.
They were like hot pants
Yeah.
with a tucked-in shirt
Yeah.
and those little skinny brown legs. That was a look. That was a bold look.
So who are we going with?
Our best dress we're going with.
To be fair, I'm inclined to say Harley as well. He loves himself, doesn't he?
If Harley's coaching in a suit, I'm going Harley. Hang on,
Yeah.
I've got to get me a.
So pretty overdressed. Not best dressed, but most overdressed.
Yeah.
Tone, should we play some strip music? You get it's a down.
That's too hot in this gear.
Join me, Tony. Join me.
I'm
Okay.
going boring.
Time, at least keep the hat on.
All right, I'll get the hat back on.
Put your hair back on.
No, don't. We're winning. Me, you, and Dunk are 3-2 up now.
All right,
Right.
carry on.
Dunk's coming as left hand.
I've got my
What is that?
my gloves.
Oh,
That's for
Important
standing on the
when
calf.
we can start to get back
Was
out
it-
in the public. I
was
get
it,
to see the mask.
Curly's wife.
Come on, moving on. Moving on.
Oh, a bit
Come on.
slow. Let's go.
I rate that. GCSE English banter from you, Josh.
Yeah. We'll go for
I just wanted to turn the web is.
Come on.
who's got the chat?
Who's got the chat? Harley
Best
again.
passer.
Harley.
Harley.
Lifeguard. If you know, you know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Harley the Scala.
In fact, wasn't it
Ross
Ross
Flag,
and Harley that were dolphin trainers as well?
All right, that was Ross. That was just Ross.
Ross,
Ross.
Harley was the leave her alone. Like, don't you know I'm a lifeguard?
Yeah, definitely Harley. Because he was deadly serious with it.
I'm a trained.
Deadly serious when he said that.
I think his qualifications run out now.
Yeah. I reckon if I put some red swimming shorts on, I could be a lifeguard.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Brad, next one.
This is for you, Tone. Just for the under-15s, have you decided which league and any reason for choosing that league?
Not completely. Probably Crowborough League, I think we're looking at. Mainly because it's a different challenge, different teams. Something new.
Oh, I've lost all sound.
Why are you still speaking then?
Unfortunately, we haven't lost you.
And the next one, have you got any new ideas for the club for the new season?
Sound.
Have we got any new ideas for the club for the new season? Yeah, there's a few things we're looking at, but nothing we can really share right now. So there's lots of new stuff we are always working on, but that will come out in the next sort of month or so.
Right, okay.
Can we put out that Josh has agreed to do Pass+Move Pilates?
Oh, I'll do that.
We haven't confirmed that yet, have we?
Is that not? Oh, I shouldn't have. Oh, we might have to edit that out, Brad. Oof.
He's got to get himself. If he gets himself a leotard, I'm prepared to back that.
As long as I can expense it.
100%.
Okay. We have a question from Martin that Tom got sent. We don't actually know which Martin it is, so sorry, Martin.
Oh, come on. We all know who Martin is.
Yeah, come on, it's Martin.
It's Martin, isn't it?
Oh, that Martin.
Martin.
Martin, isn't it?
Hey,
It's Mark. Big fan of Mark's.
The question is, do you and the guys think pro football will resume this year despite what the Premier League and EFL says because of the amount of testing required, social distancing and health and safety of staff? And when do you think grassroots football will be able to start? So we'll go with just the Premier League first. Do you think we'll finish the season, Tom?
Yes, I think we will. I don't know when. I think all the time you've got a few pros coming out. I think Aguero, Glenn Murray come out this week, definitely have said they feel a bit uneasy about it. I think if you heard about Germany as well this week, I think it was Cologne or something?
Cologne, 3 players.
Literally, they've just started retraining. They've had 3 players test positive. So, football, we're all missing it, but it's not the be all and end all. So, I think we will, but not in the immediate future. I don't think.
Okay. Thanks.
No, I don't think it'll open up. I think we won't be playing. The leagues will be done now, and I don't think we'll be playing again till August, and they'll work a way around it. August, September, the new season will start. I don't know what they're going to do. Brighton up, Brighton down, Leeds up, Leeds down. I ain't got a clue what they're going to do, how they'll work it out, but I don't think we'll be playing again until the new season.
Josh?
I think they'll find a way to get it playing purely for the money aspect.
Ooh, controversial.
I agree with that massively because more than any other league, the Premier League, just doing it for the money.
Yeah,
in my opinion, there's such a big thing. But I don't know why they couldn't have maybe looked at cancelling the Euros. I know they wouldn't want to do it, but you could cancel the Euros and then push the whole of the football season back, and then the next season plays through in the summer. That's what I thought would be the best thing. So you could restart this season much later, and then have a break sort of Christmas time, and then go back through. But it's a hard one.
The thing
is, go on.
You think about it logically as well. We're talking about athletes at the top peak of their fitness. They're not going to be playing football or training properly for a period of 6 weeks. They're not just going to be able to go straight back. That's the lot. If you step away from the how do we play football and then just look at it from that aspect, how could they just go straight back into matches even if it was behind closed doors? I think they're going to need almost a little mini pre-season again. So I don't see how they'll be able to start again this side of the start of the new season, which will be August.
A lot of teams already started training again, haven't they?
Yeah, in isolation, haven't they?
I know each player has like an individual pitch.
But they've had that anyway. They've had their own individual training plans. They're now just being allowed back into training.
But you know as well as I do, Tony, that's great, but there's no replacement for.
I think there's two answers to it, isn't it? Do we think they'll do it? Yeah, I think they'll find a way because Josh is bang on the money. It's just money driven. I think they'll find a way. I think it'll be behind closed doors on telly. Should they? I don't think so. Personally, I think until the government give the all clear to go back, I just can't see how it makes sense. I think Cologne, look at this week, as Tom said, 3 tested positive. If you're a player, that's got to be weighing on your mind. Are we going to lock players away from families? I think
for players like Tom, it'll work because he's always 2 meters from someone, isn't he? Let's be honest about it. But anyone else,
I am great at finding space. To be fair, don't you are right, mate.
It's not the space you're meant to be in.
Space, my friend.
Yes,
I don't see.
But to be honest, how good would it be if each Premier League team got a fan team together and they finished the fixtures?
That silence said it all. Silence said it all.
Back to Simon Hughes' original question, Josh. Why?
Taylor, Arsenal Fan TV, play against MUTV. How good would that be?
Next question.
Robbie two-footing someone.
Next question. Well, we said about grassroots football, and when would that return? That was in the question as well. Personally, I'm thinking when the schools go back, but time. But if anyone else,
yeah, we've had all of our league application forms in now, so we need to submit by the deadlines as normal. I cannot for the life of me see season starting in September. I'd be amazed. And I think you're right, Bradley. I think schools going back will be a clear indicator of what's going to happen.
Yeah. So with schools, obviously, what I've heard from where in my job is that they're going to, and it's been on the news where they're slowly going to start bringing age groups back over a period of time. So first they're trying to get the 10s in, the year 10s, obviously for their GCSEs and all that. But they don't think they'll get everyone back in the school till at least September. That's what they're saying already, and that's what they've been advised. So it's if everyone can, it all goes back to normal by September. But no, you can't put a timescale on anything, can you? So
I think it's difficult with football as well. You look at, it's not just the game; it's the changing rooms before and after games. You know, a lot of them are quite small areas as well. I don't see it. I think even if schools go back, I can't see why they would risk it. From the government's point of view, why would you risk it bringing football back? Yeah, schools, you've got to, really, with parents and stuff like that. But football, they'll just go, nah, that's fine. Just stick it out after Christmas, maybe. We'll look at it possibly.
Yeah.
Which would be awful, but I can see it happening.
No, safety's paramount, isn't it? So
it is, yeah.
Follow that.
Yeah. Well, at least the pitches get a rest.
So straight answer is don't know.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. Thank you, Martin, for your question. Next question is going to be a video question.
Ooh.
So, give me 2 seconds because I will edit this bit out.
Are you putting like technical issues up again?
We'll go back in. Right, the first question is from Ollie Morell.
Hi Tom, this is a question for you and Brad. What position do you play in the adults Pass+Move football team?
I'll let you start that one, Tom.
Tom should be on the bench.
Ooh, controversial. I play at fullback now.
Now.
What do you mean now? Where did you play?
What do you mean now?
Well, no, I thought it'd be quite an interesting one for us to go back through, because obviously we're putting out to our players, because obviously they play somewhere at the moment, and they may think, oh, I'm going to play there forever.
Okay.
They may end up playing somewhere different.
That's a very valid answer, but where
we'll
did
stop
you play
mocking
before
you.
That? Where did you play before?
Go on, Tom.
I played.
Don't you dare say centre midfield.
I've played loads of positions all the way through youth football. I haven't played most of youth football. I played at centre back, and then you're right there, Dunk. I still did a better job than Tony first game of the season.
Yes,
fair point.
And then when I get into adults football, moved out to full back, preferably right back. That's where I play now.
That's my position. You play left back.
We'll do a job, mate. Go right.
He doesn't know what side of the pitch he's on.
Just not a good job.
Tone, where do you play?
This was to you and Brad.
But we're going to ask you as well. We can ask everyone. Go on, Tone.
Centre midfield. Centre half, really bad.
Fairly tasty right back here.
Okay, Dunks.
Up front or centre midfield.
Josh.
No, Ollie didn't say my name. I'm not talking to him.
Fair enough.
Cut these.
Finn's my favourite.
Oh.
Have we worked out whether Josh is naked or whether there's anything going on below the camera?
No, he is dressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
PG.
Family show.
I play either wide or centre midfield, but when I was a kid, I played in goal, and then
it shows.
Yeah, I know. Mate,
I like the way Brad talks. He's flicking his hair. It's great.
Yeah. you stick me in front of a goal, mate, and that's going about as far wide as you could possibly get it. So I play sort of midfield, but yeah, you used to play goal.
That's what absolute legend.
This is going to be the worst one ever. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Yep.
I'm trying to fix my hairbrush.
Oh, Jorginho. No sound.
Oh,
Need an impression.
awful hair.
Did you hear the question?
No sound, Brad.
Same haircut as me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
dreadful.
Did you hear the question?
No sound, mate.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on.
What's your profanity?
Okay, try again.
Fixed hairbrush.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah, Jorginho.
Finish.
Girls playing football since the Women's World Cup.
So that was, have you seen more girls play football since the Women's World Cup? Tone?
No, not really. It hasn't. Not into the mixed game. Haven't seen a huge increase in it. It's still a very small percentage. I mean, we have a few girls that play in. I coach the older age group, so we've got Ruby in my age. Alex has got a couple of girls, and I'm struggling outside of that.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, Izzy for Dan. Yep. So it would not as many as we'd have liked. I think is my answer to that.
Yeah.
And in terms of opposition teams we play against, certainly on a Sussex Sunday league, we're the only team in Div 1 that has got a girl playing for them. So I've not come across any other girls playing this year.
I think in the 7s and 8s, but I wouldn't say there's been more. I don't think the impact they would have liked, which is a shame.
We have a few on Monday nights now. But
I think it's maybe I did have a positive impact, just maybe not in that respect.
Yeah.
I think like generally, like if you like the amount of people that would watch men's football, I know certainly it's become more of a thing. Like it's on the BBC a lot more. Like I'll watch women's football if it's on, whereas maybe before like people wouldn't. I think from that point of view, maybe it's changed. But yeah, I've not really seen an increase in players playing.
It's definitely more mainstream in terms of awareness, and that's great. But in terms of numbers playing grassroots local football in our area, I don't think it's increased it that much. Might be a 1 or 2, but not a huge amount. And certainly
there was definitely a spike.
Yeah, well, the women's game has grown massively. Just look at the attendances in the USL last year. Who was it that sold out their ground? Was it England sold 90,000 out at Wembley for the women's
when
game?
they played Germany, wasn't it?
And I'm pretty sure Brighton sold most of the Amex out for a women's game, and there's been a couple where like it's just, and you think from going back 10 years probably you would hardly have seen anything like that. So there's definitely been a massive spike. Like Josh says, it's just we haven't seen too much of it at grassroots, have we?
No.
Yeah, well, I think it'll be trickle down, won't it?
Well.
It won't be a thing that comes from the bottom up. I think it'll be a trickle down thing, to be honest.
Yeah. So would if we could get enough girls, would you look at putting a girls team into a league?
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always been one of my biggest frustrations, that we've never managed to quite get it off the ground in terms of girls playing competitively in a team. Tom ran the girls for a period of time. Josh has done it. We've never quite got enough to actually launch a team. And it's also, it doesn't help the travelling to play just girls only. So it needs to be mixed, really. Because expecting players to travel down to Brighton, etc., for a half-hour game of football is unrealistic, or a 40-minute game of football. It needs to be local. But the trouble is, by the time you get to under 7s, 8s, 9s, if you haven't got them early enough, it's very difficult. Sedlescombe proved it can work. They had a girls' team early on, and they're still playing, which is brilliant.
It's really good.
It
They've
would
done
be
a great
nice
job actually with the girls.
If we could have, if we could set our own team up. So yeah, in answer to your question, Brad, yeah, absolutely would love to. It's having the resource to push it and the numbers to play.
Okay. All right then. We'll move on to another question. This question. Let me just put my audio on.
What do you enjoy most about coaching kids?
So, what do you enjoy most about coaching kids?
That reaction, that sums it up. When you're coaching kids, you get that sort of reaction. It's brilliant. Just seeing the love for it, seeing the enthusiasm and the enjoyment they get, that's priceless. And as you see them start to develop and start to understand the game and start to improve, brilliant. Yeah, his reaction there, That for me is why I coach kids. Brilliant.
Josh, did you see on the Facebook page little Dougie's bucket challenge?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's that kind of thing where you've got little lads coming into the game. They can barely kick a football. They're shy. They don't want to leave their dad's legs. And then you see them develop as footballers, and you see them enjoying the game. See them doing things like that because he wanted to be part of the gang. Oh, watching Jonesy do his toe taps with Brad this morning. It's just, I love it.
It's that
love
little
kids love
Brad's
the game.
answer to best tournament last week, Little Common, when you see all the 6-year-olds running around. Brilliant. All of that. And the parents' enthusiasm because they see their kids playing. But that's just the look on their face is the best bit of it.
Yeah.
It's just such a laugh. You look at little Georgie Butler, him and that side on a Sunday working with them, not just because they're a great team, they just make you laugh. It's just fun. It's watching kids just express themselves and love football. It's brilliant. Love it.
I almost feel like you always have like a responsibility as well to sort of pass it on, because my dad taught me. So I feel like my dad taught me everything, and so you feel like you need to pass that on to the other kids, because otherwise there's no way of them learning. So it's just like you have a responsibility to give back. Do you know what I mean?
We had that discussion before. Reason I coach is I want to pass on the love I was given as a kid to football, and if we can encourage every child to fall in love with the game, then we've done our bit.
Do you know what, one of the best example of that is probably Dave at Ewhurst.
Yeah.
Dave's old guy now, but he's got an MBE for services to football. I think that's so cool. I literally gave up decades of his time for free just so kids can play football. Love it.
Yeah. Ethan Green's celebrations. That's enough. That's enough, and it is.
Some of the stuff he comes out with as well.
Watching him take his top off and run down past the opposition fans after scoring a worldie like that. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's when at under 8s, when he gets to about 15, 16, he might want to stop that. I quite like with coaching the best way. I quite like everything that you guys said, like the challenge of it as well, in terms of you can run the same session on the same day to the same team and it will be completely different. I love how there's always, it throws something at you you're not expecting and you have to kind of deal with it. I love that side of it.
Okay, brilliant. Right, we've put another one on.
Josh's microphone stopped working again.
No, I'm still here.
Right.
Hi guys, I have a question for you. What would be the best attribute as a player and why? Bye, see you later.
So what would be the best attribute as a player and why? We'll go for tone. Well, if it's Tony, it's aggression.
Best attribute as a young player and why? Willingness to listen and attitude.
Yeah, are we looking at this in terms of what's our best attribute, or what do we think the best attribute to have is?
We're answering what Franklin said.
We'll go for what the best attribute.
Tom's face, look how serious that is. He's shaking inside.
I'm so sick of him.
Oh, hello, Brad.
Put the hat back on, mate.
What's going on with your partner?
I did my hair this morning.
Attitude for me. Good attitude.
Good attitude.
For me, if we're talking psychologically, I'd say bravery, having the courage to go out there and try, even when you're getting it wrong, having that growth mindset, not being afraid to play football. If we're talking as a technical thing, I love players who have the calmness on the ball to find and create space, and they're just calm on the football. So, but that's the PLO thing. I love it. That's me.
Just a willingness to learn. If they're not willing to learn, they won't be able to learn. Simple as that.
Fair enough.
I think it's definitely psychological, isn't it? Everything you said is psychological. No one's gone, you need to be a really good passer of the ball.
Well, great.
Yeah, but it's things that you can.
If we ask,
you can be coached. But it's like it's work ethic or competitiveness, all that kind of stuff. It's psychological things that you either got or you haven't really.
Love for the game and mental toughness, I think. And that comes from your positive attitude with it all.
Okay, cool. We'll pop up another question. I think this is the last one.
Brad, we got a voice one from Freddie Novus as well. I sent you, didn't we?
Okay.
Which one of the coaches can do the most keepy-ups?
Oh,
Which one?
That's going to cause arguments, isn't it? Let's be
I
honest.
think we can rule Tom out straight away.
Mate, it's me, hands down. Mate, honestly. I'm quality. I'm a terrible footballer, but I'm quality at keepy uppies.
So my controversial answer is I'm stuck between Brad and Tom.
What?
Yeah,
Mate,
I know.
I'm actually quality at keepy. I'm a terrible footballer. I'll freely admit that, but I'm decent at keepy uppies.
Yeah, definitely ain't you, Josh.
Josh has just beaten his record though.
Well done, Tom. You.
Mate, I fancy myself.
To be fair,
I'll happily one-on-one, Brad.
Did you both see the challenge I sent out to the coaches group last night?
I've not seen it yet. No.
Right, look at that. I reckon you boys need to try that.
Okay.
Well, hang on. That's the challenge for next week. Who can do the best?
Yeah, why don't we do this? In the week, we will have to record ourselves doing keepy ups.
No, not keepy uppies. Tony's right because it's
what is the challenge?
Check. Basically, it's alternate feet. So you go 1 on one foot, 1 on the other, 2 on 2, 2 on the other, 3 on the other, 3 on the other, 4 on the other, 4 on the other. And you keep doing that. Can you get a 20? So you eventually go 20 and 20.
That's all right.
It's good because it's total control of the football as well.
I've got to get pumped up first. A pumped up football first. That one I did it with this morning. That was my old.
I haven't got a football.
No, mate,
I'm a football coach, but I haven't got a football.
That was my old Safa ball from literally when I was like 6.
We're on camera.
I don't have a football either.
I was waiting for a smash then.
All his old man just
Brad, can you edit that in?
There goes
the control
again.
Oh god. Okay. Right, that's us done on that one. We've got
Oh, no.
Have any of you lot seen Harvey Wheeler from the 12s do keepy uppies?
No.
He's absolutely, honestly, it's like double round the world and all sorts. Kid's a joke.
right. You ready? Silence in the room. Question from Freddie Novis.
If you could give any bit of advice about being a footballer or a manager to your 10-year-old self, what would it be?
I've got none of that because all I hear is Josh pissing about these packet of Pringles.
Oh,
Mate, seriously, don't be a spanner.
Oh, that's awful.
Josh, shut up. Ready?
Hello, it's Freddie, and my question for the podcast is, if you could give any bit of advice about being a footballer or a manager to your 10-year-old self, what would it be and why?
There you go.
Go on, Tom. You can pick this one up first.
Don't be too concerned about trying to please everybody. Somebody is not going to like the things you do, so don't try and please everyone because it doesn't work. Just stress you out.
Yeah, I kind of answered this one last week a little bit when we spoke about not wanting to play football again. I think the most important thing I'd tell my 10-year-old self is don't be scared to play football. Don't be afraid to play because that's what brought me to grinding halt. Fear. Be brave. Don't be scared to play football.
Josh?
Don't listen to Tom.
I made you what you are, Josh, and you know it.
Valid advice then, Josh, to be fair.
Tom, you really want to take credit for this?
And they're either
Not that bit.
on my screen at the moment as well.
That was Tony's input.
Yeah, it was.
I think look at Brad. That's more Tony.
You're welcome.
I've never had that hair.
Time?
Always make sure it's about enjoyment. Just a bit like what you guys have already said. Enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, change something.
Okay. Mine would be tell myself not to miss the sitter from 2 yards the first game of the season.
That could have made you.
Yeah, I know. So,
I don't know why you're pulling that.
Don't try and out-jump a 6-foot centre forward.
Out-jump? Wait, you actually tried to out-jump?
I got that high.
I thought you just fell over. Tom, what about never call safe?
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest moments.
Never let Dan Skelton run the line.
No, it needs must sometimes, mate. Hard job getting a volunteer. Love you, Skelly.
Never ask Doug to help you with a team. You'll be doing it on your own.
Oh. Harsh but fair.
Look at it.
Someone's spewing. Guards and Grant are both at home going, yep.
Okay. Next question is from the Goldfinches. And it is, who is the most competitive coach when it comes to tournaments? And I will kick that off and say Ross and Harley.
Ross, definitely.
Just Ross and Harley managing that team. And just, yeah.
I was going to say Cookie.
No, he's not. He deals with it really well in terms of competitiveness, I think. He's done really well. They've been very competitive, but he's done it in the right way, I think.
I remember playing him in the final of the Little Common tournament last year.
Yeah.
He wasn't losing that.
No, to be fair, no one wants to lose to you, mate, in all fairness.
Just happens to you a lot, Tom.
Does it? I don't know. I think it's easy to get wrapped up, isn't it? Like when you're in a tournament, it's competitive. I think it's quite easy to get wrapped up in it. And when you look at it again, in hindsight, you probably go, "Oh, yeah, maybe I was a bit too competitive." I don't know.
Oh, no one, even the kids, want you to be competitive, don't they? If you're there going, "Oh, it doesn't matter if we lose," they're like, "Oh, I thought tournaments we were meant to be playing well, having fun."
Yeah.
I think the inconsistency can be frustrating.
Tournament football it's so harsh. It's because you could dominate a game, but then they could literally just pop it over the top because the pitches are so small and bang, they're in goal, and you just
the way we try and play. But it doesn't suit tournaments at all.
That's football, and I think there's valid lessons in that. We want the kids to play in a certain way. We never change that. We go into tournaments, we're telling them to recycle the ball, keep the ball, move the ball, sweep the keepers. But now and then they're going to come unstuck by a kid who goes from front to back and the ball ends up in the net. That's football. Different teams playing different ways. None of it's wrong. You can't say any of it's wrong because they're all playing football. It's not how we do things, but Route 1 football, Sam Allardyce.
Teach them different things as well.
It's just it. So, you know what? It's fun. It's hard for them sometimes. I do agree, Josh, but there's lessons in it for them as well. So
I thought Brad said that.
That's a great.
Was it Brad? He said that. I apologize.
No, mate, it was Jeff.
It was Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff.
Was Jeff.
Was it Neil?
Martin.
Leave Martin alone. Right? It's all
right. Well, that's all the questions we have, lads.
I thought, do you not have some from Hodge, Tone?
We did those at the start.
We done those.
Wow.
Doug, didn't you say you had some questions?
No, we'll save them for another day because they'll go on a bit.
Doug. Come on.
Huh?
Come on.
There's going to be a lot of editing out of this.
We've only been going for half an hour. It says an hour and a half.
If we were to we were talking about last week about the realities of football and try, fail, being brave on a football pitch. So, Tone, your worst game on a football pitch.
Oh man, I've had so many.
Come on, those games that we've all been there. The kids have had bad days on the football pitch. And we're saying to them, look, we've been there. That worst day on a football pitch that made you think, I don't want to go back on the pitch next week.
One that I'm always reminded about by people that I've played with was playing for Westfield away at the Withdean Stadium when Brighton were playing there. I managed from left back to put in a crossfield pass that put in their left winger behind our right back, and he went through and scored. That was pretty special. So if anyone who's played with me knows about that, Dunk, you were there. I've had some real stinkers, absolute shockers. Yeah.
What about you lot, youngsters? Tom, go.
Every
week. Go on.
Sorry, Tom.
Pretty much every week.
Key thing: don't remember the bad ones. Let them go. And I've done that for about 12 years of football.
Problem is, if I only remember the good ones, I ain't got many memories, mate. To be honest, so.
All right, just be a goldfish, mate.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't really think of one, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I've had some absolutely shocking games, but nothing springs to mind, to be honest, mate.
Really?
Yeah, no, nothing. No, I can't.
Nothing stands out.
I'm consistently bad, so there's nothing like.
That's a fair answer.
Sticks out as being awful, to be honest. Nothing as bad as what Tom's just said.
Come on.
I don't know. I don't really have one that stands out. Well, I've scored like plenty of own goals in youth football. I just have, but because there's not one where you've gone, that was just awful. But you have stinkers, don't you? Like absolute, just mate most weeks. But I don't have one that stands out. But if you,
I managed to twist my ankle taking a throw in. Try and beat that.
Go on then. Humiliating moments on a football pitch. You got any humiliating moments on a football pitch?
Getting carried off by Martin Brain 5 minutes into my first game of adults football.
Yeah, me and Brainy had to carry him off. That was hilarious. He literally he came on as a second half sub as well. Literally, he come on at like 70th minute. 5 minutes later, he was off.
I won the 50-50 though.
Dreadful.
Awful.
I've had a few howlers in goal.
Honestly, if we're talking humiliating moments or worse moments,
his celebration after the penalty against Bexhill.
You can't criticise me dancing. That's decent.
No, because also earlier in the video you said you were the best dancer. Insert that here, Brad.
Yeah.
And if you've got the footage of Dunk dancing after penalty, put that in as well.
If we're talking awful games, there's been a few of them. I remember down at Cardiff for Swindon, that was one I never wanted to walk on a football pitch again after that. But one of my strongest memories was actually, and Cunter's played in this game, so, and this was right at the end of things. I was playing for, I think it was Westridge, and it was at Punnet's Town, and I was playing in that game, right, for Westridge seconds. I was standing in the middle of the pitch thinking, this is the worst game of football I've ever played in my life. Do you know the worst bit of it? I was hands down the worst player on the pitch. I was absolutely awful. And I think that was that in that game, my mind knew what I wanted to do, but my feet just couldn't do it. I can remember kind of throwing a ball to me, really simple from a throw-in, 5 yards away, little volley back to him. It spooned off my foot and went straight out for a throw-in. And I think that game then, I literally thought, you know what, maybe I need to stop playing. That was that. And then you may laugh, but I don't think I've ever missed a chance like that one at Sedlescombe with all you lot against Cookie to win the game. Literally, it was an open goal. I was 6 yards out. John Joe squared it. I was just walking onto it. Open goal, just stroking in the net. And somehow I boomed it over the bar after giving Brad so much stick for that one down against Victoria Babs. The world just followed me up. I was just gutted because A, it meant we didn't win. B, it was against Cookie. He was walking up to me, tapping me on the back afterwards. You lot trying to talk to me afterwards, and I was ready to thump someone. We've all been there. We've all done it. That was honestly, I think that was one of my. There's been bigger games where I've played all of them, but
there were a few howlers in that game. I missed a sitter.
The thing is,
Cookie missed a penalty, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
But we've had quite a few, like at the start of the season. I missed that one, and everyone was like, "Oh, that'll be the miss of the season." Blah, 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 blah. And then every single time someone misses a chance, I'm like, "That's worse than mine."
Yeah. When Dunk missed, Brad was the only player celebrating.
It was, but it's just to make the kids realise. I mean, I wish I could play it back on video. You would not get an easier chance. John Joe's pass, perfect weight into me. Between the penalty box and the 6 yard box, the keeper is past the near post. There's not a lot of pace on the ball. And I've just walked in and I've taken my eye off it because I was already thinking about my celebration because I was going to win us the game. And bang, it's gone over the bar. We've all done it. Everyone's done it. And you just go
I've not done that. I never get that far up.
No, Tony.
We'll start talking about your performance on football pitches at times. So, there's bloodlight named after Hastings Town because you hit it. Yeah, the line.
I remember I just turned up to one of the Vets games and Tony went through 1-on-1 in goal. He actually turned around, made eye contact with me. I've never seen him look so scared.
Hit the bar.
To be fair,
hit the bar, diving header for the rebound, got saved, and then Hutch nicked it. Typical Hutch.
To be fair, that last Vets game that we went and watched, Tone's trying to play out from the back. Concedes like twice, and he's just sitting there, and there's me and Josh standing there. And every time he turns around, he just goes,
Get me out the back line. Get me back into midfield.
That was so funny. Another question. What's the best goal you've ever scored?
Ooh.
Tom. Oh, no, Tom, by your face, it doesn't look like you score goals. Tom.
No, hang on. Go on. Come to me last.
I don't get many. Dunk will back. I'll play with Dunk for a long time. When I get them, they're normally all right. They're not bad. Best goal would be... They're generally just pot-ups, really. Tend to end up in the top bins from a lucky swing. Actually, my favourite goal, Dunk was sub in this game. I remember this.
Just let him for a good measure. I was obviously coming back from injury, just to clear that up.
No, I think you hadn't trained.
Dunk had been
When
dropped.
You got pinned. Yeah, Dunk had been dropped. Ball got squared back to me on the edge of the 6. I let it go across the body, pulled it round, and the keeper went the wrong way, and I passed it in the bottom corner. And I ran and celebrated with my mate on the bench. Remember that?
I do remember that, actually, yeah.
Good times, that
Josh?
I remember being, I think it was under 18s at Westfield. I think I was playing left midfield. A ball kind of fell out to me just outside the box, hit on half volley, sliced it, so it kind of just spun into the top corner. But I told everyone I meant it.
Thanks.
Mine was the one that sticks with me was for Hailsham. We were fighting to go up, and it was down at Shoreham, and it was 1-1, and it wasn't long left. And we I remember it vividly. We switched the ball to the right. I was on the edge of the box. Ball got whipped across, just overhead high. I came across, and I did without thinking. You know, the old side on Mark Hughes scissor, and I did that. I nailed it. It flew in the near top corner. We won the game. But the thing that sticks with me is, and Tone will kind of back me up on this. When I got up, I didn't realise. I looked up and my dad was standing bang in line with it just behind the goal. And I didn't even realise he was there. And yeah, it was a worldie of a goal. But the fact my old man saw me do it and the look on his face, that beats it all. That was absolutely. And I looked at me and he just nodded. And that was it. I can remember that. And yeah, that'll do it.
Fair play.
Tom?
I can literally only think of 2 goals I've ever scored, and that's in youth
You
football.
can't
No, I can think of
training.
3. I can think of 3. I scored a header once. That was unreal.
I scored a header against you last season.
No, I don't know. I scored under 14s. I was playing centre half. Literally, just absolutely smashed the ball clear and it lobbed the keeper. I'm claiming.
Love a hit and hope.
I scored one off my bottom once. First goal I ever scored.
Bottom.
That's family friendly, isn't it?
That's got someone clearing the ball. You turn away because you're scared and it hits.
Yeah, no, it was.
In.
I chased the back pass down to the keeper. Literally like jumped, turned my back and hit me on the rear end and went over it.
On the bottom.
I've got a few because I don't score like normal goals. If I'm going to score a goal, it's normally like a decent goal.
Said last season,
mate. I scored from the halfway line when I was playing youth football. Literally lobbed the keeper, saw the keeper off line, dinked it, Steve Sidwell style. And it popped the underside of the bar, pinged it, and went in. I was just stood there like arms up, and everyone just came running over. I was like, yeah. And then I scored at the Den. Tone, you saw that?
Yeah.
It fell to me on the edge of the box, and it like proper like over into the top left corner.
Hey, to be fair, even Charlie notched at the Den a decent goal.
Yeah, and then I popped, and then last season for Catsfield against Sellerscombe, ball was cleared on the edge of the box. I literally touched it with my thigh and then just volleyed it straight off my thigh, and it went straight. Literally, did it clip the underside of the bar, top corner, and just went in.
It kind of trickled in, I think, rolled along the floor.
Oh yeah, mate, it was unreal.
There was your cross against I can't remember who it was. Played at Parker. You crossed the ball and it kind of
cross. Mate, that was a screamer as well.
You crossed it.
My cross, that was a screamer.
Embarrassing moment as well. I scored an absolute screamer against some Tunbridge Wells team at youth football. My mum came to watch. My mum never watched me play football. And it literally bolted top corner, and she goes, "Oh my God, that's like off the TV." Embarrassing moment.
That's unreal.
I'm not saying anything.
Let's go. That literally bolted like proper upper stanchion. And then
do you like how the worst players are bigging themselves up the most?
I haven't.
I'm just saying that's all screamers. But if you put a ball in front of a goal 5 yards, mate, that's going over wide, anywhere but goal.
I just can't wait for Brad to watch this back and see how bad his impression of his mum was.
No, that was a pretty good impression of my mum.
I thought it was spot on.
That's definitely a good impression.
I think she might disagree.
I got one more. I got another question. We once in a team talk had a manager who is actually now a parent tell us not to pass the ball to Tony because he can't pass and he can't take throw-ins. That manager will be listening to this. If you could add ability to your game, what would it be? I don't want just having a Brad in the top left-hand corner. What was that?
What's going on? I missed that. Why are you hitting yourself? What's he done?
Mate, hold on. Where's that just gone? It's a fat spider just sitting in my bra.
Is that what it was that came out of your bra? Something black come out. I didn't know what it was. I thought you dropped something.
I can't wait to watch this back.
Just
saw something come. Get a freeze frame of it.
No. You know when you get YouTube videos and they've got like clickbait taglines? Can we just like the name of this podcast would be Spider in my bra?
Big spider in bra.
Oh my days! That was absolutely.
Have you recovered?
I've lost the question, mate. I know you're abusing me.
Question. The point of the question was, if you could add one ability to your game now, what would it be? For instance, me, I generally, you can take the mickey all you like. I'd love to be able to tackle. I love seeing crunching challenges. I can't tackle to save my life. I miss time, everything. So that would be me. You guys. Tone, go first.
Oh, pace. I'd have loved to have been quicker.
Story. What was it away? What was the game away? Where Saltdean away, when me and Bally were managing, and you were tracking back, right?
I was late.
And they'd broken.
So it was always going to be.
That hasn't changed. They'd broken, and Tone was running past us, and we were screaming at him to get back, and his little legs were going, and his little arms were going, and he just wasn't moving, and it was like a cartoon. Yeah.
No, when I was playing properly, pace, I would like to have been quicker. That'd have made a big difference. I had the pace of someone towing a caravan.
To be fair,
my nickname at school was Speedy in a very sarcastic manner.
If you had pace as a fullback, and I'll say this once and then I'll deny I ever said it, if he'd had pace as a fullback, he would have been one hell of a player. So the only thing missing from your game is a fullback, I'll give you that.
That and about foot.
I'm going with pace.
You what, Brad?
Mine's pace as well.
Not just everything.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
That's mad coming from you.
That's honesty. Moment of honesty for Josh. Tom,
has everyone done their bit? Tom, have you done yours?
I haven't done mine.
Come on, say it, Tom. Say it.
I don't know. It's difficult to improve on perfection, isn't it?
Oh wow.
I think you mean polishing a turd. Wrong expression.
I don't know. I was going to say a decent left foot, but then you're going to go, you ain't got a decent right foot, so fair point.
Don't, what you go? Oh, you've done yours tackling. Yeah, go
on. I'm glad we had tackle.
I've got a question.
Self-control for me.
I've got a question. Based on Dunk's opening question then, about the coach's advice to me. Morning, Mr. Hardy. Hope you're well. What is the worst thing or the most demoralising thing a coach has said to you? So I'll go. My dad. God love him. Literally, I think I was playing Bexhill Reserves and I was playing centre mid, and he literally said to me, "Do what you're good at, win the ball, and give it to someone who can play." That's a true story as well, and that's from my dad. Love him.
I can kind of relate to that. I remember playing for the reserves at Westfield, and I was told whenever I got the ball just to clip line. So if I did that, I'd have a good game. Yeah, every time you get it, just clip line. But I think that's pretty standard, to be honest.
Was Harley coaching you?
Weapon.
Actually, weapon. I was at Forest, and the coach after the game, I can't remember why the conversation, it was just me and him left, and he said to me, "Don't worry if a coach is shouting at you. You've got problems when we're not saying anything to you." And he hadn't said anything to me for about 2 weeks. That was when I literally said, "Dad, I'm not sure I'm going to do all right here at Forest, Dad." Yeah, that lives with me a little bit.
I can't really think of any. You got any, Brad?
Mine's a team talk from my dad, and we were 1-0 down, and we had 11 with 2 subs. They had 9, and we were 1-0 down at half time. And I've never been in a changing room like that. Everyone just walked in dead silent, and my dad just literally picked every single person out in the changing room and went, "You're this at this, you're this at that." The swear words that came out of his mouth, mad. That's the most, because you sit there and you're like, am I meant to feel motivated by this? Because I just feel like that's me done. So
one of my youth teams, we had a coach sort of quit mid-training session, But that's about it.
You have that effect on people, don't
Well, I was about to say, I don't blame them coaching you, mate.
Oh dear. There's loads. So when I was thinking about things we could talk about moving forward, like the realities of it pre-season, those worst hairdryer moments. I can remember one where me and you were away game in a changing room, and it ended with literally tea dropping off the ceiling over Neil's head. Do you remember that one?
That was.
Or was it Joe Lambert?
That was
Dover. Literally, he's got boiling hot tea dropping off the ceiling, dropping onto him, literally, and he's trying to move away from it. And every time it comes down off the ceiling, and literally, he's too scared to move because the manager's having that much of a go at us that he's flung the tea trolley up, he's hit the ceiling, and he's standing there, and we're all trying not to laugh because he's trying to move away from the tea that's coming down off the ceiling on him. Yeah, the realities of football be a good conversation moving forward. Pre-seasons as well, proper pre-seasons. Good luck, Brad.
How long will we be going for? Because I think we're about an hour in when we attempted to start for like the fourth time.
There's a lot of cutting going to be needed this week.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Got some editing to do, Brad.
We'll wrap it up.
Right.
So have we're done now, yeah?
Yeah.